I find the key to cold plunging really is breath control and mindset. You're going to be in cold water. Know that going in. And one thing I can't get over, and other people can, is the shock. It's something about the shock. No matter how many times I do this, it's adjusting to the initial breathing. I admire people who can just get in and are calm as heck. I see people like Joe Rogan who sit in this at mid 30s, and there's no hyperventilating. There's just I don't know if that's just usually it takes me about 30 seconds or so, and then I can settle in. But really is breath control. I notice this as a triathlete. We do these half mile or 1.2 mile swims. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm so cold right now. 1.2 mile swims for the half Ironman or the 2.4 mile swims for the full Ironmans. And one of my recent experiences at Ironman's Arizona, the water temperature was in the 60s. Yeah, 60s. But I tested the water. I heard the water was that going to be that cold, so I mentally prepared myself and I visualized myself in a cold plunge, knowing that my body will take a little time to acclimate to that cold water. Even though we were wearing a wetsuit, you got a swim cap on, but still, once that water hits your face, it is hard to calm down. But I knew that going in, so I slowly started. I think was that I put my face in the water, and I just try to long breaths, try to get the heart rate down, try to get the breathing down, long exhales, try to get a deep breathing, because you end up having shortness of breath and you can't quite get and that long exhale allows your heart to catch up. That's been my experience, especially with these cold water swims. But I had the experience of 200 cold plunges before that race to prepare mentally. And I think that's what gets a lot of people is like, you can't come back down to earth after you've had that initial shock because you don't have the experience with that shock. And I think the shock of cold water, whether it's 35 degrees, 45 degrees, 55 degrees, or even 65 degrees in the case of like a cold water triathlon swim, that if you don't have that experience, it's hard to adjust and know what to expect. And I think that was one of the strengths and benefits I had is I knew what to expect. I knew that it was going to calm down, that I knew my body would adjust over the next few minutes until I got into my rhythm of the swim. And same thing with this. It's already 3 minutes. That's about 3 minutes in. My body knows, and my mind knows that it's going to be a process. And after a few moments, in my case, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it's just a matter of settling in, letting the water envelop your body, and just be still. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning here. Sun's up. I can hear the birds in the background. Having your mind focus on something other than the shock or external forces impacting your body and the reaction that it naturally would have really helps you settle. Whether you're in a barrel sauna, a cold plunge tub of some kind, mentally knowing what to expect. Same thing with running, for swimming, cycling, jiu-jitsu, an activity where you know the big picture or you're prepared for the big picture. The unknowns are the worst, aren't they? The unknowns are the worst. It's like you go for You go for a hike with some friends. The friends don't tell you how long the hike is, and it really throws you. There's some anxiety involved with the unknown. And experience is that great teacher. Knowing when the finish line is. You've seen so many people probably who collapse at the finish line after a long race because they know where the finish line is. They know once they get there, it's over. But that last mile, for example, I can remember the Ironman race I'm thinking about in Arizona, where you never do the full Ironman, the marathon run in training. You save it for the race, because what's the point if you do a marathon in training? Where's the excitement in the race? You train up to a certain point. So, anyways, I'm about mile 23, and thinking, this is the farthest I've run in a long time. This is exciting. I know what to expect, but now I'm at a point where I know where the finish line is. It's 3.2 miles away. Okay. My body has heard that. My body knows that. My mind knows that. So my mind tells my body, hey, you got 3.2 miles to go. Keep going. You're not stopping. Keep going. So the body, I don't know, it paces itself for the distance. Same thing with a class. Whether you're in a Pilates class, a cycling class, spin class, you're going to go for a certain duration. All right, your mind knows it. Your body says, okay, that's how far we're going. And that mind is the biggest trick. You got to play tricks with your mind. I've done runs before where I've gone out running, and I'll trick my mind. I'll say, okay, we're going to go for 5 miles. And then 3 miles in, I change the parameters. All right, we're going to go 8 miles now. Or I'm an out and back. I'm going to go 3 miles. I say that out loud. And then when I get to 2 miles, I'll say, let's go 4 miles out. Now we've increased it to an 8-mile run. Once I get to 4 miles, let's go ahead and just go to 5. So each time I'm changing what the body is preparing for, because the mind has told it to. Really is. It's cliche, but it's happening right now. Mind over matter. What the mind says, the body will do. And we're over 7 minutes. That's a great start to the day. Hey, thanks for joining me inside my cold plunge. I do a lot of different things for recovery as an endurance athlete, as a beginner jiu-jitsu practitioner, whether it's cold plunging, sauna, red light therapy, massage, and the things I use, I put them in the link description below this video. So if you're interested in some of those things, great. You can take advantage of some discounts that I have, some affiliate links that help you save money on whatever you want to buy, whether it's a cold plunge, sauna, red light therapy, and such. All right. Thank you for watching. The mind. Once the mind is confirmed on what you're doing, the body will do it. Make the mind first. All right. That's about 8 minutes for me. All right. We'll go. Thanks for watching. Adios. It feels good.
Looking for a great at-home sauna at a great price? Get 5% off any indoor or outdoor sauna, cold plunge, or infrared sauna from Almost Heaven with my discount code DAVE, 5% off at checkout. For over 40 years, Almost Heaven saunas have been trusted as the top American home sauna manufacturer. Almost Heaven saunas deliver high-quality products and firmly stands behind the holistic benefits the sauna brings to your mind and your body. Again, get 5% off any order with my discount code DAVE, 5% off.